The working class heroes of the motorsports world are out in force at the foot of the Pocono Mountains. And as the sun sets, it's Mike Andress and Mr. Big Bucks out in front, but a certain green Dodge is right on his heels. Up next, we go tough trucking by twilight. Power, continuing our coverage of the 32nd Annual A&A Auto Stores Summer 4-Wheel Jamboree Nationals from the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. More than halfway through the weekend and still a ton of action to bring you as the sun sets over the Poconos. Just about to kick off session number 3 in the Stock Tough Trucks Challenge, and leading the charge after number 2, Mike Andress, Mr. Big Bucks, the Grand Cherokee, jumped to the number 1 spot in session number 2. He knocked Ed Dinkuhn in the mean green Dodge out of the top spot. Ed finished first in session number 1. Currently second. He's been matched up with David Sladke in the half a Hemi machine, former Foy Toy machine, by the way, all weekend long. And right now, Ed is standing by in the pit area with our team.
We're over here with Ed Dinkuhn of the mean and green, who's having a really good weekend, and he's worked hard with a lot of changes on the truck this past winter and stuff. He's sitting in second. Only needs about 0.03 of a second to take over first place. These guys are getting ready to come out here in another hour or so, and we want to get a little information on how you're feeling after all this work and what you got in store for us in this next round.
Well, this next round I'm hoping to come out there swinging, because it's just like you say, a couple tenths, and that's what I need, and I know where my mistakes went.
Okay.
And hopefully we can, correct them and do the time that I want to do. I'm shooting for a real better time this time. I did some more changes, and I'm hoping it's going to pay off.
All right.
Because we come to Bloomsburg to win.
Yep.
But we love racing, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. It's nice that you become part of a family. This has always been a great family atmosphere, great family of racers that are all helping each other out. Whether you're winning or losing, everybody comes over to help you out and get you back out for the next round. You're in the middle of the field, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Because I know they're going to wet the track a little bit,
right.
And which the first few trucks are going to drive that
yes.
back up for you.
Yes,
so,
yes.
You might be able to shave that little bit of time you want.
That's what I'm hoping
I noticed
to do.
You went a little wide, maybe in one corner you weren't too happy with, maybe?
Right, well, that inside right lane
okay.
is a nice lane. The left lane is a little difficult. There's advantages to both.
Okay.
But I'm hoping now this evening I'm going to be in the right lane, and I can do that sweeper turn and continue on throughout with real good production.
All right.
Because yesterday we felt so confident in that lane. Today a little bit of nervous, maybe a little bit of jitters, but we'll see as the night goes on.
Okay.
We're planning on, like I say, a real good run now.
Okay. Well, we're planning on coming back and seeing you when you're on the podium. So,
That's
not trying to wish you any bad luck, but the truck's running great. You're driving great. Conditions are all right, and we want to wish you the best. And we'll come back and see you a little bit later. All right?
I appreciate it, Tim. You guys are doing an outstanding job, and it's a lot of fun coming down here. And everybody should be watching the back channel productions, because it is one of the leading information channels of tough truck racing and monster truck racing.
Thank you, man. We appreciate that.
Great.
All right, man. Again, thank you again. All right, Nick, I'm going to send this back over to you wherever you're hiding at with the other camera.
Thanks for that, Ed. Now, something he didn't mention in that interview, but we've been hearing chatter in the pits all weekend long. Mara Spencer, slated to be in the top 5. She's sitting number 10. Had a rough run in session number 1 and then broke down in session 2. Tim Howard making his way over there right now.
All righty, we're over here with Mara Spencer, driver of Big, Bad, and Ugly. Mara, you're having a pretty good weekend here. We know you ran into a little difficulty in your last qualifying session, but how you feeling, man? You had a great run going. You got another qualifying run coming up here in about an hour or so. How you feeling today?
That I do. I'm feeling great. I think I'm going to have a good run. I just got to remember to take it easy on the jumps sometimes so I don't stall her out and get in there and maybe go for number one.
You really did have a good run. Very proud of you. You definitely improved on the run from the night before. Any sponsors you want to talk about or anything like that? Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, of course, my family, Team Foy Toy. I got Martin Towing. All the guys that I race with, they all pretty much do the majority of the work for me. They help me out. I work and they pick it all up for me. They just, I wouldn't be here without Team Foy Toy and Martin Towing.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice that you are one of two ladies that are out here. Both of you guys are doing really well, representing the ladies well, and we look forward to it. Oh, by the way, Mr. Ed Dinkuhn wanted me to say something about Myra. Try to get in your head a little bit for the next round.
I bet he
Is there anything
did.
you want to say
300th of a second at the last race. That's all I needed, and I didn't make it. It's going to happen, and it's going to be this weekend.
All right. He's sitting in second. I know you got it in
is.
you. I know the truck's got it, so we're rooting for you.
Yeah, I'm going to get him.
Okay.
I'm going to get him by the end of this weekend. Ed.
All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and we'll come back and see you after the next round.
All right.
All right.
You.
Nick, back to you, buddy.
Thank you, Tim. A little pot stirring there by Mr. Showbiz. We'll see if Mara and Ed can settle that score. We go tough trucking by twilight when we come back.
This Back Channel Productions program is presented in part by Monsters Monthly. For up-to-date show and ticket info, articles, event breakdowns, and a wide selection of photo and video galleries, visit monstersmonthly.com.
Monster Power coming at you from the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. About to get wild with the Stock Tough Trucks Challenge. Mike Andress in the Mr. Big Bucks Jeep Grand Cherokee sitting on top of the class right now. He knocked Ed Dinkuhn down to second in session number 2. Adam Brobst in his truck. Moses Spade in a darn near bone stock Jeep Grand Cherokee, and Doug Pals, the wild man out of Pennsylvania, rounding out the top 5. Here comes the man himself, Mike Andress, nearest the camera in the beat-up Jeep Grand Cherokee, taking on Brandon Barnes in the Killer Clown, who had a rough run in session number 2. I believe he ran a DNF. Truck stalled coming into the finish line jump. We will see if Mike Andress can hold on to that number 1 spot here in session number 3. He will at the very least set the pace for the rest of the field here. And he has a bit of a tough go because he's in the first pair every time out, so he's got to go as hard as he possibly can, and he's doing that right now. One thing that's definitely going to be to Mike's advantage and to Brandon Barnes' advantage is that right now the sun has not gone down behind the mountain all the way, so there's still some light on that backstretch area out there in the loop where they are right now. It is going to get very, very dark over on that side of the track before too long, so this is a good time to be running. You may be able to run a little bit harder with that little bit of sunlight lighting the way. Look at Mike Andress making a charge back onto the front stretch. Where is Brandon Barnes? Problems again for the Killer Clown, and look at Andress putting a foot to it. There's Barnes right there, and Mr. Big Bucks not beating his own time, but he'll remain in the number 1 spot as he is in the first pair. Finishes ahead, not a bad run for him at all. Here comes Doug Pals. We called him the Wild Man. This guy does not know what it means to let up. Takes on Lindsay Brobst in her truck. We'll see the other Brobst in his truck later. They've been pretty tough this weekend. Can't take anything away from those two. She had a rough run in session number 1. She wiped out a Yodoc and ended up with a DQ. We'll see if she can get through this run right now. And she's staying with Doug. In fact, maybe been a little bit of a lead there in no man's land. Look at Pounce. Bouncing around, stalls it a little bit now in the outside lane. They are door to door heading into the tunnel. Who will come out of the loop first? Poust will have an inside turn coming back to jump onto the front stretch. Brobst with a little bit of a bobble right there, puts her way behind Poust. If he can hold on to it, kind of on a free ride right now. Didn't over-jump that one this time. He had a wild ride over that in the last session. Here he comes on down the track, getting over near the wall. Doug Poust finishing up the session, and a problem here for Lindsay Brobst. She almost missed that jump, backed up, went over it legally, so she should lay down a time right here. Not what she was looking for in a really bumpy ride coming over the finish line. The black cone there being the finish line. 50 seconds flat, so that'll put him in 4th, Doug Poust. In the Solo Cup Jeep now, a pair of bone stock Grand Cherokees. Louis Bonavenia, the outside lane nearest the grandstands. In the last leg, the maroon-colored Jeep Grand Cherokee takes on Moses Spade with one headlight. Vehicle they're calling Just Send It. Maybe an advantage to Spade here. He'll at least be able to see what's on the right-hand side of that vehicle. These two have been charging hard all weekend, and he shows you right there. Almost missed the corner. I'll tell you what, for a pair of stock Grand Cherokees, these guys are not afraid to send it. Hence the name, and I think last leg may be on its last leg. That Jeep is not looking too healthy right now. Picking a little bit of the speed back up, but he may have some front end damage. Moses Spade with the lead coming back into the tunnel. And you can see it's already getting a lot darker over there. Big leap for him back onto the front stretch. And almost misses another turn. Came out a little bit deep there. Look at Bonavenia coming after him. I don't think it's going to work. And Moses Spade will leap across the finish line. Look at Louis. Left some parts on the finish line. Right there near the starting line area, the staging area, and the front end is sitting real low on last leg. We may get another look at the parts laying there, plastic and rubber out from underneath of that thing. It looks like the back end of a headlight assembly. Moses Spade with a 52.33, put him in 5th. Not a bad run at all. Just Send It did exactly that, but a nice flat landing for him. And then look at Bonavenia, completely past the finish line jump, shedding plastic all over this track. More to come, though. Stay with us. It's going to get wilder from Bloomsburg.
At the beginning,
Back at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, getting ready for another pairing. In the Stock Tough Trucks Challenge, Dylan Shikaya in the blazer called Blue Ball is taking on Bill Hess in Buck and a Half. This has been a pretty entertaining pair so far this weekend, and it seems like everybody's going real hard here on Saturday night. Look at Bill Hess jump out into the lead and another bouncy ride. The Blue Blazer, driven by Dylan Shikaya. He hasn't been real fast, but it's been a lot of fun to watch that thing bounce and pogo its way through the jump. The Blazer here on the near side. Taillights and headlights working on that thing, so that should be a little bit of a help to him. Bill Hess over there in buck and a half with a sizable advantage in the loop. He'll come back to the tunnel. Chikaya made up a little bit of ground right there. They are together. Pretty smooth run for the Blazer. Bill Hess trying to play catch-up right now, does a good job not over-jumping, cuts that turn beautifully. Look at the Bronco laying the power to it. And Bill Hess just sends it right there. So does Dylan Chikaya. Wow. Talk about a launch on the finish line. A little bit of an unexpected landing there for Dylan Chikaya. Watch Bill Hess launch this thing, though, on the replay, and electricity just went through the crowd on that finish line jump. Look at the launch, flying through the air, and then the nose slam there by the Blazer of Dylan Chikaya. Again, Bill Hess way out front. No hope for blue balls, but still made it entertaining on the end, carried the front end into the jump. Went nose high over the finish line. Now, take a look at a run from a little bit earlier. Michael Miller taking on Wayne Poe. Sheep in the near lane up against the black Jeep. Don't have to tell you which one's which. This turned out to be an interesting pairing because neither one of these guys would get a time out of this particular heat. The black Jeep already with a DQ in this session, and Wayne Poe would not even finish the run. Black Jeep with a DQ. He did cross the finish line, but was not a legal run. Now, another run from a little bit earlier. Rachel Faust, the wild woman and Pretty Penny out of the state of Pennsylvania. She's taking on the vehicle called Barney and Jimbo Snyder. Another pair that's been pretty interesting. You see the door coming open on the Pretty Penny ride. Rachel Faust, of course, keeping her foot in it. She would make it to the finish line first. Clear advantage coming back onto the front stretch. Barney, Jimbo Snyder not letting off of it. Probably the most conservative run we've seen out of Rachel Faust all weekend. And then Barney, tough ride there coming over the finish line for the Explorer. Now, Mara Spencer, we talked to her earlier. Let's see if she can get in the upper crust. She takes on Robert Barnes with the police lights in the windshield. That is Cookie Patrol, the Explorer, nearest the cameras. And look at the Bronco take off. Mara Spencer putting a gate job on Robert Barnes. He's going to have to really go some. Looks like he may be having mechanical problems. Mara Spencer looking real good right now in Big, Bad, and Ugly as she heads into the tunnel. Making real good time as she heads around the loop. She'll head back through the tunnel. I can't see the clock right now, but it sounds like if she keeps this pace up, she may take the #1 spot because she's way ahead of where she needs to be. We'll see. Mara Spencer, Big, Bad, and Ugly, looking real solid as she heads back out onto the front stretch. A perfect turn in that outside lane. Nice top-end charge. Oh, she lost the right rear tire off the Bronco. Didn't slow her down any. It happened after the finish line. Here comes Robert Barnes and Cookie Patrol. The tire bouncing down the fence. Not the run he wanted, but Mara Spencer could not be stopped. And look at the time. 48.84. She takes the top spot. Takes the top spot and loses a tire in the process. Watch this again. That huge top-end charge that she laid down really kept the speed up, and it was a perfect turn followed by a perfect leap, and then this huge jump at the finish line. Looks like the brake caliper's actually still hanging off that tire. Look at that thing just snap off. A little bit too much on that finish line jump, but hey, got her in the top spot. We'll see. Will it hold on? Because Ed Dinkuhn, Mean Green, coming up next. We come back to Bloomsburg. Stay with us.
At the beginning,
are back on the front stretch at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds, getting ready for the last few heats here in the Stock Tough Trucks Challenge. Ed Dinkuhn, who was sitting in second coming into this session, right now has dropped to third after Mara Spencer's wild axle break and finish. She took the number one spot, big, bad, and ugly. Ed Dinkuhn right now on a pretty good run. He's chasing a 48.84. His fastest time so far this weekend has been a 49.13, so he needs to go some. He's looking good right now. Can he outdrive Spencer? A little problem in the turn right there. That might cost him. David Sladke not looking too bad in this run. Half a Hemi looks like it's running better than it has all weekend. Dinkuhn having a little trouble back there in the dark. Remember, they cannot see real well like they can in the daylight, obviously. They head back onto the front stretch. Not as much dust here on the night show. I don't believe, though, that Dinkuhn, and no, he will stay in third place. Ed Dinkuhn in mean green did not top his own time. He'll be looking to session number 4 to try to get that time back, though, believe me. Take a look back now at a run that occurred a little bit earlier. Ernie Herzog, a very interesting story in this run, and the Toyota that's kind of getting left in the dust. He's taking on Frank Bonaiuto with the police lights on top of the Frank the Tank Machine. Frank, odds-on favorite in this one, but Ernie Herzog in that Toyota, though he's pretty much out of the race, has kind of an interesting story this weekend. Very impressive. Drove that vehicle here, competed in 2 heats of tough trucks, now a third, and he put that thing in the mud pit earlier. He will drive it home this weekend if all goes well. Look at a top-end jump for Frank Bonaiuto, 51.22. Not a bad run. Not the time he was looking for, though, as we're back on the starting line. Harold Schaefer in the Bronco Buster. That's the GMC here in the near lane. Takes on Chelsea Hinkle in the C-Note Jeep Cherokee Sport. Not been the fastest pair, but probably the most consistent pair so far this weekend. They both laid down some nice, smooth runs. Bronco Buster, kind of an old style, almost like what you call a pro arena truck back in the 90s. And looking real good right now, both of these vehicles. Hinkle putting down probably the best run we've seen so far from it this weekend in terms of the Jeep's performance. I don't know if it's going to be a top time, though. Neither one of them right now seems like they're going to have the speed to get up in the top 5. Both, though, still laying down nice, smooth runs. Pretty close match right now as Hinkle will have the inside turn coming out of the tunnel. Let's see. He's going to give up some, though, coming back onto the front stretch. Well, a little slow down there for Harold Schaefer. Now they're both getting into it. Bronco Buster, though, will cross the finish line with the better of those 2 times. He'll end up in 13th with a 54.09. Not a bad run, but again, not time that I think he was looking for. C-Note, 55.85 will land her in 16th. Our final pairing of the evening. Another member of the Brobst family here in the near lane in the 74 Ford. That's Adam Brobst in his truck. Takes on the Mousetrap, another member of the Faust Racing family. Mousetrap being driven by Brandon Miller. See where these guys end up. What a charge off the starting line for Adam Brobst. Remember, he came into this one sitting in the 4th spot. He's not sitting there now. He's going to have to try to get some time back. Let's see where the big Ford finishes. The Bronco in tow, heading into the tunnel. And it is very, very dark back there right now. It makes it very hard to see the turn markers, especially when you start coming back toward the lights in front of the grandstand. They start to shoot right through the windshield. It can make it very hard to see where exactly you are going. Adam Brobst with a hard charge back on the front stretch. He should have a pretty good time here. I don't think it's going to be number 1, but he should finish session number 3. Good standing, real wild landing right there, and a big jump at the end over on the nose. Brings it back down, and Mousetrap has stalled. I believe that will be the end of the line. The Miller, Adam Brobst, 50 flat. He tied Doug Paust. That will end him up in the number 5 spot. Mara Spencer up on top. Nice like Andress hanging on there above Ed Dinkuhn. That'll put him in second, Ed Dinkuhn down in third, and then Powson Brooks rounding out our top 5 after 3 sessions here in the Stock Tough Trucks Challenge. One more session to go tomorrow afternoon under the sun, in the dust, and it should be a wild show. You thought this one was wild? They have nothing to lose after tomorrow. It's the last show of the weekend for these guys, the last race of the weekend, I should say. They do put on a show, but they came here for the prize money and the crowd applause. So do not be surprised to see some of these vehicles have to go out of here on the hook. Do not miss that action. It'll be coming up on our next edition of Monster Power back-to-back action from the Stock Tough Trucks. We will see you next time.